Hello, I am Asteria Rohai, a teacher at Turkish Marriage Schools, Arusha. Today I am going to teach you basic mathematics. The topic is the Pythagoras theorem. Subtopic is deriving the Pythagoras theorem. Welcome, relax, and listen to me. Form 2 students, can I ask you one question before starting our lesson? Who can define a theorem? Good. A theorem is a mathematical statement or logic that needs to be proved by giving reasons. Who can give me examples of theorems? Good. Examples of theorems are 1. Area, for example, area of a rectangle is equal to length times width. Good. Another mathematical statement, area of a circle is equal to pi times r squared. Good. Now, after knowing the definition of a theorem, let us go straight to our lesson. Today we are going to derive the Pythagoras theorem. The Pythagoras theorem can be derived from a right-angled triangle. Who can define a right-angled triangle? A right-angled triangle is a triangle whose one of the three angles is equal to 90 degrees. Good. Now, let us come to our discussion. The first step to derive the Pythagoras theorem is 1. Draw a right-angled triangle ABC in which ACB is equal to 90 degrees. So first thing to draw a right-angled triangle. Students, can you draw this right-angled triangle in your exercise book? Yes. This is a right-angled triangle in which we are going to derive a Pythagoras theorem. This angle here is 90 degrees. It is 90 degrees, and that is why it is called a right-angled triangle. So you draw this right-angled triangle in your exercise books. Good. Thereafter, there are sides of the triangle here. The triangle which you have drawn is this one here. This is a right-angled triangle. It is labeled as triangle A, B, C, in which angle AC, this angle here is 90 degrees. It is 90 degrees. Normally the angle stands between the two letters, and the angles are labeled in capital letters. So it is angle ACB, which is equal to 90 degrees. Then we have side AC. This is side AC, which is equal to 6 centimeters. There we have side BC, which is equal to 8 centimeters. 80 centimeters. This is AC. AB is equal to 10 centimeters, which is called the hypotenuse of this triangle. So triangle has got 3 sides. There is the height, the base, and the hypotenuse. The length of these 3 sides are given. After you have drawn this triangle in your exercise books and show the length of each side, the second step is on each side of the triangle, draw a square. So starting with the height of this triangle, on this side AC, you draw a square. This is a square. You extend this side here and you measure its size, 6 centimeters. Then you draw like this one, like this one. This is a square. Call it square A. Then you extend the base of this triangle by forming a square. So you extend it, you draw a square on the side BC, which is this one here. This is a square. Then on the third side of the triangle, we draw a square also. This is the hypotenuse. You draw another square. Therefore, we can start finding the area of these squares. Square A here, square A, the area is equal to 6 centimeters times 6 centimeters, which is equal to 36 centimeters square. 36 centimeters square. The area of this square here, with sides 8 centimeters by 8 centimeters, is equal to 8 centimeters times 8 centimeters, which is equal to 64 centimeters square. Then let us move to the third one here. The square which is formed by using the side AB, which is the hypotenuse. It seems that this square is the largest one compared to these two squares. The size of this square is 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. So when you find the area of this square, which is equal to length times length, that is 10 times 10 is equal to 100 centimeters square. Now what can you discover from this diagram here? If you try to observe these areas here, you will find out that the sum of the areas of the squares drawn on each sides of AC and BC is equal to the area of the square drawn on the hypotenuse. Students, are we together? The area of this square, which is equal to 36 centimeters square, plus the area of this square on the base of the triangle, which is 64 centimeters square, the sum is equal to the area of the hypotenuse square, which is drawn on the side of this hypotenuse. That is 36 plus 64 centimeters square is equal to 100 centimeters square. Which implies that AC, the side AC, which is the height of this triangle, square, plus the side BC, which is the base of this triangle, and its length is 8 centimeters. When you square BC, the sum is equal to AB squared, this side here. This also shows that AC is equal to B. There is letter small b here and there is A here. Where did these letters come from? This A here, which is the base of the triangle, the side BC is opposite to angle A. So angle A is opposite to this side here. We name it side A. And angle B here is opposite to this side here. We call it B. And the angle C, which is the right angle, is opposite to the hypotenuse. Therefore, according to this one here, AC is equal to B squared. AC square, which is B square, plus the side BC, which is equal to A square, is equal to AB. Our side AB is the hypotenuse, which is equal to C square. This, you can arrange it as A square plus B square is equal to C square. A square plus B square is equal to C square. This is the relation which is called the Pythagoras theorem. Is the relation which is called the Pythagoras theorem. Now we can state the Pythagoras theorem. Who can state the Pythagoras theorem according to this relation here? In any right-angled triangle, the area of the square drawn on the hypotenuse The area of the square drawn on the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares drawn on the other two sides of the triangle. The sum of the square drawn on the hypotenuse, this is our square. The area of the square drawn on the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares which are drawn on other sides of the triangle. These are the two squares. So when you add 36 and this 64, you get 100. This is the first way of stating the Pythagoras theorem. The second way of stating the Pythagoras theorem is by using the number of squares, like this one here. It can also be stated as, in any right-angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse. You have to take this one here. Look at this picture, this diagrams here. In any right-angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse. This is the square which is formed by using the side of the hypotenuse. When you try to count the small squares here, you will get 100 squares because one side is equal to 10, another side is equal to 10. When you multiply 10 by 10, you get 100 squares. So this square, which is formed by the side of the hypotenuse, is equal to 100 squares. Then let us come to this square, other squares. There is this square A here of length 60 centimeters. When you count these small squares here, the total number of these squares is equal to 36. And the square B here, which is formed by the side AC of the triangle, when you try to count these squares, is equal to 64. Why? Each side is equal to 8 units. So 80 times 8 is equal to 64. There are 64 squares here. So 64 squares plus 36 squares, you get 100 squares. Therefore, we can conclude that squares of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the two other sides. Square of the hypotenuse, the sum is equal to 100 squares. And the sum of the squares on other two sides is 36 squares plus 64 squares. You get 100 squares. Students, we can now state the Pythagoras theorem as a square plus b square is equal to c square. That is a mathematical theorem which can be proved and being true. Let us see the application of the Pythagoras. Now, let us see some few examples on how to apply the Pythagoras theorem in solving mathematical problems. Here, there is example number 1. Find the length of the unknown sides of the given triangles. There are two triangles here, A and B. Let us start with triangle A. The side of the height of this triangle is given, that is 5 units, and the base is 12 units. Now you have to find the hypotenuse. According to the Pythagoras theorem, a square plus b square is equal to c square. So our a here is equal to 5. A is equal to 5. B is equal to 12. Find C. By using Pythagoras theorem, a square plus b square is equal to c square. Our a is 5, so we have 5 square plus b square, b is equal to 12 square, is equal to c square. We don't know c. 5 square is equal to 25. 12 square is equal to 144. which is equal to c squared. Can you sum up these numbers, students? Yes. What is the sum? Good. 169, which is equal to c squared. Thereafter, you take square root of both sides. Take square root of both sides. Therefore, square root of 169 is equal to square root of c squared. What is the square root of 169, students? Yes, good. It is 13. What is the square root of c squared? Can you try? Yes. What is it? It is c. Therefore, our c is equal to 13. Part B of the first example. This is part A. Part B. You are also given a triangle with two sides given. There is the height of the triangle 8, and this is the hypotenuse now. It is 10 units. What is missing here, students? Yes, the base is missing. Now you have to find the base, which is B. By using Pythagoras theorem, we have a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. What is given here? A is given, that is 8 squared. What is the value of b? We don't know. You keep it writing b squared here. What is c is 10. You square it. So this is equal to 64 plus b squared is equal to 100. Subtract 64 from both sides. You have 64 minus 64 plus b squared is equal to 100 minus 64. 64 will cancel out, it is 0. You remain with b squared, which is equal to 100 minus 64, you get 36. How are you going to get b here, students? By taking square root of both sides. Good. Square both sides. So square root of b squared is equal to square root of 36. Square root of b squared is equal to b. Square root of 36 is equal to 6. And that is the value of b. Good. Let us move to example number 2. I'm going to read it for you. If the lengths of the sides of a rectangle are 12 centimeters by 5 centimeters, find the length of its diagonal. Here is the rectangle with its size given. The length is 12 centimeters and the width is 5 centimeters. The diagonal is drawn here. Students, who can define a diagonal? Good. A diagonal is a straight line which joins the opposite corners of a four-sided figure. So this is our diagonal. It joins the two opposite angles or vertices of a rectangle or a square. So this is our diagonal, and let us call this diagonal C. Now what is missing in this second example is the hypotenuse. By using Pythagoras theorem, a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Our a is 5 squared. B is 12 squared. What is the length of the diagonal? We don't know. This is 25 plus 12 square is 169. The sum is equal to C square. When you add this one, 144. The sum is 169 is equal to C square. Square root both sides. Is equal to square root of C square. Therefore, C is equal to 13. The diagonal is equal to 13. Centimeters. Good. Dear students of Form 2, we are through with our examples. Now, can I assign you a work to do? Here is the exercise for you. You can do it in your exercise books. Question number 1. Find the lengths of the unknown size marked in letters in each of the following right-angled triangles. Triangle A, the sides are given, the height is given, hypotenuse is given, find A. Triangle part B, the base is not given, a height is given 13 and the hypotenuse is 17. C, it is a triangle also. This side here is W, you have to find what is W. Hypotenuse is 17 and from the point here up to this point it is 15 centimeters and from the point here to this one here it is 6 centimeters. So find what is W here. Question number 2. The sides of the rectangle are 12 units by 5 units. Find the length of the diagonal. Question number 3. The diagonal of a square is 15 centimeters. Find its perimeter and its area. I think students, you remember how to find the perimeter of a square and the area of a square. Question number 4. Find the sides of the rhombus. Do you remember what is a rhombus? A rhombus is a parallelogram with 4 sides which are equal, but it is a parallelogram. 4 sides are equal. Whose diagonals are 6 centimeters and 8 centimeters. So you are going to draw 2 rhombus here. 6 diagonal is 6 centimeters. Another rhombus, its diagonal is 8 centimeters. So you find its sides. Question number 5. The area of a square field is 400 centimeters square. Find the perimeter of the field. This is a square, its area is given. So find the size of this square. Thereafter, you find the perimeter of the field.